Hey guys, so I just wanted to say something a little bit different before we go into the match today. I've been doing this now for just a little over a month, and to be honest with you, I'm floored and honestly really like humbled and thankful, that any of you at all are just taking the time out of your day and whatever to watch the videos that I'm making and everything. I know, for example, that there are plenty of other much bigger YouTube accounts that are doing exactly the same thing as I am. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I was expecting with all of this, but I really am just glad that I'm, being entertaining for some of you and just generally doing cool things. I don't know. Basically, I just want to say thanks for watching my videos and everything. You guys really are the greatest. Anyway, enough of my mushy mumbo jumbo. Let's just get into the battle, yeah? Alright, here comes Barchy. Now, he's gonna lead off with Smeargle, and I'm just gonna lead with Empoleon. So clearly, we're both just going with our hazard setters. So we're just gonna trade rocks. You know, he's gonna go for the stealth rocks, I'm gonna go for the stealth rocks, so rocks all around. That's all I've got to say about that. Now, unfortunately, he's going to take his next turn and go for the Spore and put my Empoleon to sleep, so... Lovelace is sleeping on the job here, really. That's all I can really say about that. So I've got to get out of here because there isn't really anything it can do while it's asleep. So I switch into my Alakazam, because free switch in thanks to Magic Guard, and you know it's good too because he gets the sticky web up, the next turn. So my Alakazam is in on full speed. Now, unfortunately, that Tyranitar comes in and he's going to, well, not anything that he's going to do, but I'm going to go for the Psyshock, trying to hit the Smeargle. Now, I considered going for Focus Blast, but I didn't want to risk missing, and unfortunately that's going to be my undoing in this situation because he's going to get the free switch in, and quite clearly I'm pursuit trapped. So I'm not going to try and switch in, I'm just going to try and go for Focus Blast again, and I actually survived the pursuit, I guess because it's weaker since I didn't try to switch. So I hit this one, which is very nice, and it's going to do some serious damage. It makes me wish that I had gone for the pursuit, the Focus Blast the first time, but it doesn't matter. I lose my Mega, and now I realize I've got to play risky here. So I bring Lovelace back in despite it sleeping, and I'm just going to hope that it wakes up and goes for Defog. So he is going to come in with Garchomp here, and I'm just going to go for it. And sure enough, it actually wakes up. So playing risky worked in my favor this time. That was very nice. Either way though, now, alright, so from one of my last matches, the one you might have seen where I got out-prioritied by the Dragonite going for extreme speed, I decided to switch up the moveset on my Empoleon here, and I gave it Ice Beam instead of Scald, so he's going to predict me to switch here, but I'm actually going to stay in, eat up that Stone Edge there, and go for the Ice Beam, and completely demolish the Garchomp. Just one shot, it's gone. So I'm very happy about that. So when I'm gonna get this Leftovers recovery really quick, and he is going to go out into Conkeldurr. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to take anything that this thing's gonna dish out, so I'm gonna switch out and go into Nitoryu here. My Doublade should be able to survive anything that this thing's gonna go for, but he goes for the knockoff, which is just about the worst thing that could happen to Doublade, because even though its defense is huge, it's astronomical with the Aviolite, and without it, it's just huge. So I don't want anything else to lose an item, so I'm just going to stay in and wait and just try and do some damage and wait for him to knock out my my Doublade. So that is unfortunate. I don't like losing, you know, my physical wall like that, but what are you gonna do? So I go into my Talonflame now, and that is absolutely going to scare him away. So instead, I go for the Flare Blitz, kind of predicting the Skarmory to come out, but he goes into Tyranitar. But either way, the Flare Blitz is going to do more than enough damage to take the Tyranitar out because it was at so little health already thanks to Alakazam. And I'm very pleased that it was at such low health because you know, I've got Recoil, I've got Life Orb, and I've got Sandstorm damage I'm taking. So I don't want to I want to be able to survive, you know? So since he's gone back into Smeargle, I go out into Goodra. Now this is the play I should have made in the first place, because he's going to go for the Spore here, and I'm just going to get the Sap Sipper boost. And now I'm at +1, and I'm predicting him to switch out. I think he's already seen... No, he hasn't. Either way, I'm predicting him to switch out, and I go for the Rock Slide, because I was predicting his Skarmory to come in, because that's the only thing on my moveset that can hit Skarmory. I have Outrage, I have Power Whip, I have, well, Rock Slide, and I have Earthquake, so that's the only thing that I can do to it. Now, here's the thing, too. Before, I had Thunderbolt on this moveset instead of Rock Slide for Skarmory, but I decided to switch it out with Rock Slide, because I was like, hey, I'll just go all physical. And that turned out to bite me in the butt. So what are you going to do with that? Either way, though, I switch out, go into my Garchomp, and I don't think that's what he was expecting me to do, because he is just going to switch straight out after going into Conkeldurr and go into his Smeargle, which I can only assume is Death Fodder, because I am going to take it out straight away with the Dragon Claw, and I'm very pleased with that, because, you know, when you can say that your opponent can't set up any more hazards, you're in a good place. But anyway, he comes in with Manaphy, and I don't want to face that thing down. I go back into Goodra, and I'm thinking about that match that I had the other day where I survived the Life Orb Draco Meteor. You know, I'm thinking, if I could survive that, the obvious Tail Glow Ice Beam should not kill me. And so that's what happens. He goes for the Ice Beam, and sure enough, I survive. But I miss the Power Whip, and he goes for the Ice Beam again, and I'm going to go down. I may be able to survive 1, but not 2. So that is unfortunate. I lose my Goodra, and now I'm just going to come back in with Bird here, and I'm just gonna go for the Brave Bird. And that, as you're gonna see in a second, is going to do a pretty solid amount of damage. Not enough, but it's still a pretty good amount. He, on the other hand, is going to go for the Surf, and as if it wasn't going to do enough without the Tail Glow, it definitely did enough to demolish me. But he hangs on probably like 1 HP from the Life Orb Recoil, and then switches out to Skarmory as I go into my Garchomp. Now here's the thing, I go for the Fire Fang here, and after seeing the damage that it does, I'm definitely considering switching that to Fire Blast, because I want to be able to do damage to Skarmory. Now, you know, that's a 3-hit kill, and I want it to be a 2, or maybe even 1. I don't know how the damage works just yet. Either way, though, he goes for the Brave Bird, gets the crit, takes that rough skin damage, and he's going to take the recoil, so that Skarmory is going to go down, thank goodness. And now he's just going to come back in with his Conkeldurr. Now, again, I don't want to take whatever this thing's got to dish out, and I'm locked in with Fire Fang, and I'm sure that's not going to kill from this range. So I switch into Lovelace, kind of expecting him to go for a Mach Punch, but he went for the Drain Punch, which is unfortunate because that is going to knock out Lovelace and almost refill his health. So I am in a very unfortunate position here because I'm going to go for this Earthquake as I come back in, but that is not going to do anywhere near enough damage to knock it out. He's going to go for the Drain Punch, and that is going to do enough damage. I don't think the crit mattered, but what are you going to do? He's going to take that rough skin damage, but that's not going to matter. Not one bit as I go down and lose the match. So there you have it. Outplayed by Barchy. It happens sometimes, you know? Either way, if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe because I definitely enjoy making these videos, and I want to keep bringing you the best stuff that I can, you know? I'm here. I did something a little bit different today with the audio. I'm hoping that I'm going to get a little bit better audio quality for you guys this way, but if not, hopefully soon I'll be able to invest in a microphone or whatever, and you know, I'm just trying to improve everything. You know, everything's happening incrementally, so everything will get better in time. Regardless, you guys just have yourselves a good night.